So this is what actually like about My Hero Academia. So y- you wouldn't see this kind of treatment to side characters in many shows, to be honest, because when you look at My Hero Academia, you can actually see the side characters do something, actually, just not sit there the sidelines and be like that. I don't need screen time. I'm not getting it. In My Hero Academia, like all the 20 students are kind of important if you really see at it, because every student gets a screen time, gets their own time out of like those 20 to 23 minutes we see in My Hero Academia. It's always been these 20 students, they always get some kind of screen time and do something that's actually worth watching, rather than, even if it's not their own arc, their own personal arc, it's still good to see these characters in action. So it's good to see in this episode too, and even in manga, I think it was chapter 108. It was great to see these side characters, even if for a moment, uh, actually do something. So, especially Yoma and Mineta, who are who are who have been like nothing. Maybe Ayoma has taken down uh what's his name? What was his name? Dabi, I think so. He used his laser. So yeah, maybe Ayoma was taken down that. But other than that, he hasn't done anything special. And, and this episode kind of did work. They did do some kind of work, some kind of special work here. And Mineta hasn't done anything. Like, to be honest, like you can't tell me Mineta has done anything throughout the whole series, except for the season one, most probably. Yeah, season one he did something, but other than that, he hasn't been that character has been in many events and has done huge things like the other characters. So yeah, Mineta, he actually, even using his quirk to actually stick everybody was funny. Now, before talking much into the second half, let's talk about the first half, about Bakugo and the whole scene. We see that how Denki has actually improved, and we also see one of the Shiketsu High School's uh, candidates, and you see how he pretty much is uh he pretty much is somebody who wants to crush others' dreams. That's what I would put him into, because he believes that only someone who is really like who has the real, like, who has the skills to be a hero, a professional skill to be a hero, should only pass this exam. And that's the reason why he was taking out each and everybody without even sticking a sticky ball to their uh, to pass through this exam. So yeah, that whole scene was to show his whole character, plus also show Denki, who has been given a huge upgrade with his single shot, which is a really which is really cool to see, because Denki normally, he when you see a Denki has always been this one guy who just goes bang all out, and then all of a sudden he just goes, yeah, I'm good, I'm dead, but I'm good. And he's a lucky shot, basically. And you're now he's using an accuracy shot, a single shot, so that nobody gets injured, first of all, and plus he gets very accurate with it. So it's pretty cool to see that too. And after that, we also get some Midoriya screen time. I'll not talk much about Midoriya, because Midoriya screen time isn't that much of a big thing, because it's pretty much Midoriya. His intelligence has always been great. So yeah, not talking about him isn't gonna make any difference with the whole scene and anything. Now, another thing and a major thing that happened in this episode. Bakugo basically acknowledged Midoriya. That's a huge thing to happen in any episode of My Hero because Bakugo acknowledging someone like Midoriya. Remember, Bakugo always thought Midoriya was quirkless. So him acknowledging Midoriya, acknowledging his strength, and also yes, it does seem that Bakugo has he has already figured out everything. So most of the things at least. So yeah, it's a huge thing in this anime because remember Bakugo is still Midoriya's rival, even though it hasn't been like that in since a long time. Like what was the last time they actually had a good rivalry battle? Like that was season 1. That's a long time if you ask me. Like yes, there have been instances where Bakugo has treated Midoriya as a rival and Todoroki as a rival, but he has never ever been actually been like yeah now it feels like a rivalry. It's never been that kind of situation with Bakugo and Midoriya, but you're it's kind of there is an intensifying atmosphere where it actually feels like now Bakugo is actually Midoriya's rival in a way. So yeah, this is a huge kind of a huge development on Bakugo's side, and also how he's maturing day by day rather than just being his old self who's always angry and who's always blasting everyone. I mean, yes, he's still angry and everything, but he's you see Bakugo's character is maturing rather than just staying the same. Just like Midoriya's character, who was a crybaby at the start of the series, and now he's very mature and he's very much he knows what he needs to do now. So yeah, it's pretty fun to see Midoriya go through this whole phase, go through like from a crybaby to an actual someone who wants to be someone who is praised to be a hero. So someone who has been praised to protect someone. So yeah, that's that's Midoriya right now. And now let's talk about Ayoba. So Ayoba, he has been he's always someone who wanted to shine or twinkle, as this episode says. So this episode pretty much it centers around his character development, mainly centers around his character development and how im- important it is for him to not be scared in a situation. And because Ayoba, being the scaredy cat he is, and we have seen this in this season too, like how scared he's always been out of contact, like he's not trying to fight these people. So yeah, Ayoma, he's just sitting there and Ida finds him, and it's like this, like Ayoa doesn't want to be left alone, and that's basically why he's always so scared. So yeah, it's this episode kind of shows that he kind of shun in a way in this episode, twinkle in this episode in a way. So yeah, it was even though it was short, it was just 10 minutes long. It was still a good moment. Like even that the laser beam, it was just like 3 minutes long or something, 3 to 4 minutes long. It was still fun. It was still fun to see Tokoyami. It was still fun to see uh other characters. I don't remember all the character names now. I'm sorry, but yeah, it was good to see all the characters, Ida and everyone just going through the development phase here, and everybody getting their screen time rather than just being Midoriya, Bakugo, Todoroki, like those centered around those three. It's fun to see the screen time given to others. So yeah, this was a fun episode all over. So yeah, let me know what you think about this episode of My Hero Academia. Let me know what you think about Bakugo acknowledging Midoriya's strength, and what do you think about the characters shown in this episode, like the character screen time shown in this episode. And I'll see you next video. As always, peace.